afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for Thursday, the 8th of September 2022. Because the week before that and the week before that I wasn't there. I had things going on first week, and then the second week they had a refurb, which is very nice. So on the 8th, I went to Maggie's in the morning and she was knotting and I was knitting. And then in the afternoon I ended up at A&E with somebody. And then we got out just in the nick of time for me to drop them off and go to knitting. And I was quite desperate to get there after having missed two. So I was driving along and I went past a fire station. And they were putting the flag down to half-mast. And I was, oh, Queenie died. Which is pretty sad, isn't it? So I had to get my cup out. Which is jasmine green tea in it. But when I looked in it, there was a spider. Or would it be a spider's skin? They're all over, aren't they? Every time I bring the washing in, I've got a spider somewhere. In fact, the other night, I brought some washing in late on, in my pyjamas, went upstairs, sat on the loo, something tickled my arm. I only had a daddy long legs down my sleeve. Anyway, that's not very knitting related, is it? So the new refurb at Costa, there's one sofa. It's kind of jungle themed. So we've claimed it, and hopefully we'll get to sit on it most weeks. And if we don't, we'll be hovering, waiting for somebody to move, and then we'll dive on. So Andy was working on brioche, because that's what she's doing at the moment, isn't it? The same one with the ecru colour and the Lang multicoloured yarn. It's absolutely beautiful. It's really effective. In fact, I should get a bit more organised maybe and take some photographs and put them on somehow. I'm sure I can manage to do that if I try hard enough. Jill was making something from this book, which I think will be back to front, but it's a hand knit romance by Jenny Atkinson. This is about my 5th take. The first take was great, only there was a parrot squawking through it all. And now I'm a bit sort of, you know how you get nose blind to smells? Well, you can get sort of sound blind to parrots, unless you sat right next to it trying to watch the telly. So Jill's making this blouse. She couldn't find the specific yarn, so she was phoning knitting shop, wool shops and things. And anyway, she decided on something, but I can't quite remember what it is. So that's what she's making. She made quite a lot of it. Hadn't seen it before. So I got this book out so I could show you. And then I found this. Now, this book's signed, and I haven't even made anything from it yet. I thought I might make this. It's nice, isn't it? So it's got a lace panel around the bottom and then ribbing to make it not curl, I suppose, around the bottom edge. I thought that was really nice. Only they've made it in cotton, and I don't think I will. It will definitely have to be something woolly-ish that will wash, I suppose. Right then, this top, I couldn't find the pattern and I couldn't remember what the wool was to tell you about it. So I had to do some super sleuthing. So I looked on Google Photos, because I do like to take pictures of my work. Quite often it's useful to track things down, and if you're doing crochet and you've got colour-coded crochet hooks, it's brilliant. Or even some of your knitting needles might be colour-coded. So if you take a photograph and your needles or your hook comes out of your work, then maybe you've got a record. Anyway, I did track it down, and I found a picture of the wool, and it's Wynne by Yarn d'Amour, and it's 80% ultrafine merino and 20% silk. There's 875 yards on 100 grams, so this top's only taken one skein, which is a really good idea, isn't it? If you didn't want to have loads of jumpers worths of stash yarn, just make everything with a lace weight and you won't have to find so much storage. So it's the Alloy Pullover by Pamela Wynne, spelt wynne. And it's supposed to be made with Juniper Moon Findlay, which I do think I had some in my stash, but I didn't want to use it for this. And this worked out right when I worked out the yardage for it. I did some sums and things. Can't remember exactly what. So this is how it is on the pattern. It's got a lace back, but as you can see, the front's plain. I haven't blocked mine, so the fit on it is, well, it's similar. It's supposed to be kind of loose here to hide your lumps and bumps, and then a lace panel on the back. It's lovely. I'm quite pleased with it. I love the colour. It's a bit more green than it looks on my screen. So I think that's it about that knitting. I'll just show you this. So Anneke Ellis is who did this pattern, who designed this pattern. I actually bought the pattern and the yarn from her and the beads at one of the knitting events. Yarndale or... what's the other one? I can't remember now. Anyway, I know that last Thursday I was there where the grey's just starting, so I've done quite well, haven't I? But then again, I was knitting all morning at Maggie's, all afternoon at A&E, and all evening at knitting. And then I probably came home and did some more. There's 1,000 beads on this so far. It's not going to be finished for the shawl along, so I won't be winning any prizes. I've got there's 3 different yarn lace sections so far, and there's another one to go yet. Oh, I was short a packet of beads, so I sent off for them. Bearing in mind that the packet's this big. The envelope was this big, like an A4, in an A4 plastic bag. I thought it was a bit like overkill. I mean, it only had to be half the size. That's a zip. And that's half the size, so I won't mention who they came off. But I've got enough to finish it now. I think that's about it. I've got through that quite fast, haven't I? Without interruptions. So more news, maybe, next week.